which is thinking better about things. Okay, sometimes bad things happen, right? Maybe you fall down and hurt yourself, or maybe you're driving and you crash, or maybe you have to take a test and you get really bad grade. Okay, that can make us think really bad things, right? Think, oh, I'm so stupid, or maybe you think, oh, I'm really having a bad day. So positive thinking, thinking better about things, can help us mentally and physically. Okay, they can help us. So I'm going to read a magazine article about positive thinking. I will go very, very, very slowly, and we'll talk about the vocabulary, and I'll explain everything as we go, okay? So just let me know if you're like, what? You don't know what's going on. Okay? Alright, so this is called Look on the Bright Side. Okay, so you have a big bright light. So that represents something good. Okay, so look at the bright side. Look at something positive. The power of positive thinking has been widely researched. It's funny how some of us accept this power quickly while others are doubtful. Our opinions about positive thinking might prove its point. What is positive thinking? When facing a problem, we weigh success or failure against it. We might think that positive thinking always leads us to expect success. Actually, it's more important to realize that positive thinking results in acceptance of our situation. If we think positively, we may predict success or ways to move on in case of failure. There's a difference between blind positivity and seeing things in a positive light. Okay, so this is really confusing, okay, the first time you hear it. But basically, this is telling us what is good thinking. Okay, what is better thinking? So they're saying we have a problem. Okay, maybe we get 0 on our test. Have any of you gotten really bad on your test? Anybody? Or your homework? Really bad grade on your homework? Yeah, sometimes. Okay, so when that happens, we feel really bad, right? So positive thinking is you see something really bad or something really bad happens, and we start feeling in our mind and in our heart really bad things. How can we make that positive? Okay? How can we change our minds? If something bad happens, how can we look or think about it good or better? Okay? So there are good things about positive thinking. Okay? Does research see any real value in positive thinking? Many studies show that a positive attitude leads to less stress and depression. Okay, so they're saying if you think better about things. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hi, and your student cards. Hello. Student cards, yes. Do you have your student card? No? If they don't have their student card,
Please take a paper to teacher. Wrong, you are in here.
okay, right.
请拿一张白纸给老师，然后请家帮你写说你证明说你今天人在这里什么时候，然后把那个证明拿给明文老师看，对。对，然后如果那个证明弄丢了，就死无对证，对不对？
to the new students. My name is Brianna, and I'm an English conversation teacher. So today we are talking about positive thinking. Okay? So if something bad happens, how can we think better about it? Okay? So how can we make ourselves better or think better? Okay? So right now I'm reading an article about positive thinking. Okay? So I'll just read very slowly. Okay? And then we'll talk about the vocabulary, and then we'll do some activities. Okay? So many studies show that a positive attitude leads to less stress and depression. Okay, so thinking better about things can actually make you feel better. Okay, so sometimes in school, right, you do bad on a test, you do bad on homework, you forget your homework, or you didn't study for a test, and all of those things kind of settle here on your shoulders, right, and make you feel really heavy and depressed and not happy. Okay, so thinking better about things that happen can actually take that away. Okay, so take off the stress from your shoulders. Okay, so physically, positive thinking is linked to a longer life and quicker recovery from sickness. Okay, so doctors and scientists have found that thinking better, thinking positive about things can make you live longer and keep you from being sick. Okay, so that's really interesting. Positive people with a family history of heart problems are even less likely to experience heart attacks. Okay, so if your grandma or grandpa, if they have problems with their heart, okay, they get heart attacks where your heart goes or stops. Okay, if you think more positive, you are less likely to be like your grandparents and get heart attacks. Your heart, okay, your heart will be better. So you'll have less heart attacks. Positive versus negative. It seems strange to think that a state of mind can have such effects, but there are a couple reasons why a positive attitude is better than a negative one. Negative emotions are good for giving us focus on tasks, such as running from danger, for example. Positive emotions, however, open us up to a world of possibilities and aid skill building. The broader results of positive thinking naturally last longer as well. Okay, so there's two ways of thinking, okay? Positive and negative, okay, ways of thinking. So there are two types of people. There's a pessimist is a person, okay? A person who thinks negative, okay? Then there's an optimist, okay? This is also a person. This optimist is the person who thinks positive, okay? Good things, okay? So if you look here, this is a glass of water, okay? So somebody who is pessimist will think this glass of water is half empty, okay? Half empty. An optimist or a positive thinker will think this glass is half full of water. Okay, so two very different ways of thinking. Okay, so people who are pessimists, okay, they will be very good at knowing danger. Okay, they can feel danger better than people who are optimists. So being a pessimist can be good and bad. Okay? So being a pessimist, you're always thinking bad things, but you know when danger comes. Okay? You're always ready for something bad. Now an optimist, okay, you're not going to see danger as much, okay? You will always think, oh, this is so great, everything's wonderful, okay? You don't see the bad things. So that can be good and bad. So both a pessimist and an optimist have good and bad parts, okay? So what do you guys think you are? Are you guys pessimist or optimist? Are you a pessimist or an optimist? What do you think you are? Are you a pessimist or an optimist? What do you think? Okay, so pessimist, okay, number one, pessimist thinks bad things. Optimist, number two, thinks good things. Which one are you? What do you think?